You guys don't know this because I didn't do a video with it, but I'm so sad about my hair. It was this really beautiful, like, I want to say neon, but bright peach color. And it was probably my favorite hair color I've ever had, but I felt like it was a tad bit too orange. So I tried to add a little pink to it, but for some reason that pink turned my head this color. So now I look like I did in college and I'm not feeling it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harley Nouveau, if you did not know. And today I have a review video planned for you. Another review video. If you can tell from my outfit and all of that, I just got done filming another video. I might post that before this one, I might post it after. And that was reviewing the Believe Beauty skin products, face products, foundation, concealer, all that jazz. So yeah, check that video out. Today is going to be a video reviewing an eyeshadow palette. But before I move on to that, it has just occurred to me that I did not do my eyebrows. So let me do that real quick and I will be right back. And I'm back. So I don't know if you could tell because I don't know how observant you are, but up until recently, I had been shaving off half of my eyebrow. Of course you could tell that. That was stupid for me to even ask. I had been shaving off half of my eyebrow and drawing the rest of it on because I hated my natural brow shape. But at school, they convinced me to let my eyebrows grow out and to start waxing them into a specific shape. I can't speak. This is what we got. So I don't know if you can tell, obviously my eyebrows are a bit different. However, I've really been liking the way that they look. So tell me how you feel down in the comments below. Back to what I was saying. Today, I'm gonna be trying out a recently released-ish, because I'm slow to do anything, eyeshadow palette from my favorite, especially affordable makeup brand of all time. And that is the Honey eyeshadow palette. I've said eyeshadow a lot. I repeat myself a lot. This is a 9-pan monochromatic eyeshadow palette. They do quite a few of these. Honestly, I want all of them, and this is my first time trying out any of them. I say my first time trying out. I'm gonna be transparent with you. I've used this probably a couple times already this week because I've been thinking about how these reviews work. And I feel like it's not fair to give my opinion on an eyeshadow palette's performance based off of my first use, especially if I don't use every single color. So I've been trying it out this week. I'm gonna do a look today, and then I'm gonna tell you how I felt about its performance all week long. So it comes in this pretty cute packaging right here. It says Honey on it. And then the actual palette has the same thing. It's like a plastic, it's not cheap, it's not too, I mean, I think it's cute. It could be considered like a cheap component. And then there's a sticker on the back. I don't know if you can read because of the lights that tells you all the names again. The names are inside too in case you needed even more help reading those. But this is what the pans look like, what the different colors look like. In order, they are Stinger, Sunburst, Sweet Spot, Dandy, Palooza, Queen Bee, Totally Bugging, Oh Behave, and Buzzkill. That helped a lot with reading those off. So if all of you other brands could do that, I would really appreciate it. Quite a bit, because if you've seen my stuff, you know that I struggle to do anything when it comes to swatching or reading the names off of eyeshadows. I do have to say, right off the bat, my biggest critique about this palette is that I feel as though the yellows are all a tad too mustardy. There's this one yellow up here that's kind of like chrysanthemum color, but the rest I feel like are all very mustard. And while I like mustard, I would prefer it if not every color in this palette was mustard toned. I'm gonna swatch these really quick for you guys. On the back of my hand this time, I'm learning. So the first three I'm gonna do is Stinger, Sunburst, and Sweet Spot, the top three right here. So we have Stinger. It does come across kind of patchy. Now, I have said before, you guys, let me do another round. I feel like swatching, while fun, I don't want to say it's not relevant because it shows you the color payoff, but I feel as though it can be a bit disingenuous because there are colors that swatch badly but look amazing, or that look amazing in a swatch but perform badly. So don't let swatches dictate your opinion on an eyeshadow palette. Next up is Sunburst, which is the lightest and shiniest color in this palette. And it looks like this. So it's pretty, it has a slight green reflect. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. And last on the top row is Sweet Spot right here, and that looks like this. Arguably the most true yellow in the palette, but still kind of mustardy. And do another pass just in case. So yeah, that's what the first three look like. Let me find my freaking makeup wipes. So next up we have Dandy. Oh, look at that reflection of me. Next up we have Dandy right here. And that swatches like that, which is very shiny in front of this light, but that's just a very beautiful gold color. Then we have Palooza right here. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, before I even put this on my hand, this is just a straight up glitter. Like it's just straight up glitter. I don't know how well you can see it. Looks like this. And it's pretty large chunk glitter. So it's not particularly safe to put around your eye. Now, in case you didn't know, even cosmetic grade glitter is not safe to be around your eye. It says so on it. Because any type of glitter is made from glass, and it can cut your retina or scratch your retina, which can lead to an infection. You could possibly even lose your eye. So please use these with caution. If you're not comfortable putting it on your eye, you can put it on your cheek or on your lip or something. Just be very, very aware when you're using this, the damage that it could cause. So that looks like that. Beautiful, sparkly. I really do love that. And then next on that row, we have Queen Bee, which to me is like more of a copper bronze color, but also beautiful. My favorite part about glitter is that it always sticks to you, so be forewarned. As I've said before, it's called the herpes of craft for a reason. And finally in the last row, we have Totally Bugging, which looks like this kind of sienna color. That does come across a bit patchy, I'm gonna be honest with you. Next up is Oh Behave, which is the most mustard color in this entire palette by far. And you can definitely see that when swatching it. Let me do another round, just to make the color a little bit more intense. Very mustard color. And finally, Buzzkill, which is kind of like a mustardy brown, mustard brown color. Also a bit patchy. Even though some of them come across a bit patchy, the color pigmentation, the intensity, it's there. The pigment is there. So, knocking over stuff like always. If I hit one more thing, before I actually start this makeup look, let me go ahead and prime my eye. It's worth noting, before I do this, I say that phrase a lot. I tried this palette out on Monday without any type of base put down on my eye. And if you saw it on my Instagram, the color was still very intense. So you don't have to do it. You can always make eyeshadow work without a base. I just prefer doing a base because I feel like it makes it last longer, it makes it smudge less, and it makes the color a little bit more intense. So, let's do this. Now, I just had a talk with Jasmine recently, and by recently I mean literally like 10 minutes before I started filming, about setting your eyeshadow base. It really is up to you, kind of like using an eyeshadow base at all. Setting it does lessen the pigmentation a little bit. It also can affect the blending of the eyeshadow, but it also helps prevent creasing. And if you have hooded eyes like I do and you don't set it, if you blink too much, normally, it leaves like a crease or a line. I know that Mitchell, or however the hell you say his name, he does not set his because he wants the most intense, high pigmentation color payoff that he can get. Just trial and error, do what works out best for you. Sometimes you can leave it on and it still end up looking the same, Nicole Concilio. Moving forward, what I'm gonna start doing for eyeshadow specifically is I'm just gonna do it on one eye and show you, like walk you through the steps on that, and then just do the other eye off camera, and then, you know, go from there. Just because I feel like that saves a little bit more time and it just works out better overall. So today I'm gonna be using, and you can see when I open it that I've been using them all week, the Morphe Pride Collection brushes. I've really been enjoying just the aesthetic of using it, and I think that they work pretty well. I mean, it's Morphe, you get what you pay for. The only downside is that I don't know the official like titles of these brushes, I just know the names. You know, like blender brush, shader brush. Obviously, this is a brow brush. Do I use it for a brow brush? No, I use it for a liner. So I think I'm gonna go in with Sweet Spot first. I know that that has high intensity color, but I'm gonna go in with that. I'm gonna go in with that one, and I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. Why not? I'm feeling adventurous today. There's also a mirror inside, so that helps a lot. And you can see immediately, like just from slightly tapping that on my face, that the color is there. It's present. So if you know me in real life, you know that I've been struggling, and I've been telling people I know, that I've been struggling with my makeup recently when it comes to color placement. I never bring the color up high enough, and it always looks great, and then when I'm finished, I gotta look in the mirror and I open my eyes and it's like, where did the color go? Okay. Next, I'm gonna go in with, I think, Oh Behave right here, and just deepen up some of that yellow a little bit. Same brush. Now, in between colors, I do like to go in with a really big fluffy brush and just blend it together. This is the JH30 brush that came with Jaclyn Hill's Eye Set collection of brushes from Morphe. I can't speak lately. I can't speak ever. Who am I kidding? Okay, and I'm gonna take Totally Buggin' here, and I'm gonna use that to kind of create the shape that I'm going for. If I don't like how that works, I'll probably move on to Buzzkill because it's darker. Now, Buzzkill does have like an orangish tint to me, personally. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. You can kind of see it. I really need to get into the habit of naming off these brushes as I'm using them. Like, this is the M507 brush. It's just so strange to me because I feel like, for me, I've always been a very big proponent of you use what brush you like the most to do what you want it to do, and it doesn't really matter what the brush is for. Because makeup's all about freedom. But I know that a lot of people like to know what brush is what, because when you're trying to recreate a look especially, you want to do it as faithfully as possible. I'm going to tell you a secret. A lot of makeup is about the technique and the application and not about the brush. You and I could use the exact same brush as, let's say, Nikki Tutorials, but you and I are probably not nearly as skilled as she is at makeup, and as such, it's not going to look the same. I'm going to go in with Buzzkill, which is the darkest color in the palette, and I'm going to put that here to darken up the outside corner. Now, one thing I will say about not setting your eyeshadow base is that it can cause some spots to get wet and attached to powder products and change the coloration a bit. So like you see right here, there's like a spot that's darker than the rest. That's most likely caused by the fact that I did not set my concealer that I used to prime my lid. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in with the Totally Buggin' again, and I'm just gonna carry that a little further in just to blend that darker color out a bit more. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with that concealer, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease a little bit. We'll see how that works, because I'm not really good at cutting your crease. And I know that they have that trick where you put it on your eye and then blink and it creates your fold for you. But I've never particularly been a fan of that way because I feel like it never looks right, but I'll try it. Anything for the views. See, I just feel like I never like the way the shape turns out. Maybe it's just me. So I'm gonna go back in and just reinforce that kind of separation between the concealer and the shadow. Or try to anyway. I feel like that just made it worse. I'm gonna go in with Dandy on the front and Queen Bee in the middle. Guys, I gotta tell you, I really do love these shimmer colors. They're just so pretty. All right, and then going in with Sunburst, which is that lightest greeny metallic-y shade. Sorry. So going in with Sunburst, I'm gonna put that right here in the inner corner and then probably along my highlighting area. Yes, love that. Okay, I'm gonna try to take that one that I used to put on the metallic. I'm gonna see if I can line my waterline with those shimmers. Is it smart? Probably not, but we'll see what happens. A little bit surprised. So wrapping up, I'm gonna go in with Singer and put that along my bottom part of my eyes to like add a little bit more yellow, and I'm gonna gradually build it up with Totally Buggin' and then Buzzkill to try to add a little bit more dimension down there. This is actually a lippy pencil, but you can use it on your eyes. And this is in the color BFF3. I'm gonna use that to kind of put a little bit of a liner on the top part of my lid. I just like that because that's kind of warm. It's a warm tone. I feel like it adds a little bit of warmth because that's what warm tones do. That was a dumb statement on my part. So yeah, that is that. I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other side of my eyes, and then I will do some mascara, lashes, and be back to wrap up my face and give my final thoughts. So be right back. All right, so that is the finished look. I don't know if you can see it. I kind of like it, although I feel like maybe it's just me, and people always argue with me about this, but I feel like the fake lash always throws everything off, personally, because I feel like it takes up so much space on my hooded eyes. Maybe I just need to find a better lash for my eyes, but there it is. There you go. There's the Honey collection look. So let me know how you feel about this look down in the comments below. Personally, I really do like it. I really love a lot of these shadows. Throughout the week, I've used literally every single color. There's not really any that I find underperforming. I told you that some of them swatch a bit patchy, but they all go on really well. They're very pigmented. They blend out really great. The most problem I've had is whenever I don't have a dry enough eyeshadow base, some of the powder clings onto it, but that'll happen no matter what powder you use. I have to say, going into this, when I bought this palette, I didn't think that yellow was something that I really would be into, because I'm not a big yellow fan, and I feel like a monochromatic yellow palette is so limiting in the variety that you can get. And that's still true. If you stick to just the eyeshadow that comes with the palette, a lot of it's gonna seem very similar to each other. And you can look at that going on my Instagram page, like I said, because I've done different techniques with different colors each day and they still kind of look like they're in the same ballpark. I got this on sale, however, so I really couldn't pass it up. And I've been pleasantly surprised all week to find that I really am loving not only the yellow, but all the way that it's been turning out. I don't know if maybe it's just my skin color in combination with the yellow, but I feel like it's been looking very flattering and very appealing to my eyes anyway. So much mascara clumped over on that last. With all the experience that I've had today and throughout the week, I would probably give this palette like an 8 out of 10. The only qualm I have is, like I said, this glittery color in here, which I didn't do anything with it because I'm kind of a hypochondriac, so I'm always scared I'm gonna get hurt, injured, or sick, and I'm worried that if I try to use the glitter, it'll cut me. But that's probably my biggest thing. I feel like this could have been a super shock shadow. It could have been something else that was shimmery, but not an actual glitter that could potentially harm you. For the Honey palette from Colourpop, it is definitely a happily ever after for me. I really recommend that you go out and buy it. Even if you're somebody who is hesitant to try out yellows, it's so affordable that I feel like there's not really much of a downside. And the palette honestly has impressed me so much. I've been telling everybody that I'm thinking about getting the rest of the 9-pan monochrome palettes and using those like as my go-to. Obviously, I still have all these other fancy ones that I'll use from time to time, but there's something about the formula for Colourpop shadows that I really just love. And I think it's something that everyone should have in their collection. So hopefully none of that was too awkward. It's been quite a while since I've reviewed anything, so I feel a little bit rusty, but thanks for stopping by. I had fun with you today. As always, I would love it if you joined my family. I would love for you to write your name into the story that is my life. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Please comment. Like I said, I love talking to you guys. I love getting feedback. I love the interaction of it all. With all of that being said, I am Harley Nouveau, and until our stars next align, I feel like I need to go like take a bunch of photos in a sunflower field.